Hello, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to MK Convenience Brokers. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to complete an Accord 137 form, also known as New York Commercial Auto Coverage slash Limit Sections. Now, I'm going to show you the basics. You don't need to know every part of it. You don't need to fill out all of it. It's just certain things you need to fill out and certain things you need to ask the customers. The first thing first, the basics. You need to put the date that you're going to be writing the code for. That's going to be the most important part. Once you get that part, you need the agency name, the place where you're working. The name insured or insures whoever it is, if it's an LLC, if it's a corporation, or if it's a person, individual. You put their name right over here. Policy number and effective date. You usually don't need this, especially if you're quoting a customer for the first time. But let's say if the customer was yours and you're actually finding a cheaper rate, then obviously you should have that information down and you should put it down. Same goes for carrier as well. The NAIC code, you usually leave it blank, you don't really need it. Okay, so the coverages. So as you can see, this is liability, covered auto symbols. These are the symbols you learned while you were in insurance schools from 1 till 9. Usually, you don't need any of the symbols. It depends on your underwriter, how they want it. I usually just put liability, whatever it is, if they whatever they need from here for coverages and odd auto symbols limits. I usually put the coverage as well. You just put it in this section right here and explain to them, and they usually help you out, especially if you don't know what it is. Personal injury protection plan, again, symbols and everything, leave it blank. If you don't know it, just don't worry about it. All this information is basically, it's a system where you have to write it by hand rather than on the computer. A lot of times, if you're working for agents such as Allstate, State Farm, these symbols you don't even have to know because the questions are right there. Like, do you want bodily injury for 2550, whatever it is. In an Accord form, when you're writing it down, they're going back basically old school style. So you need to know what symbol the customer needs, how it is. Usually, leave it to your underwriter. They should help you out with how to fill that out, obviously, depending on the card and everything else. All these questions are, again, if you depending on if they need full coverage or liability, it all depends what you need to fill out. Again, with symbols and everything. So leave that blank. Just explain to them endorsement and remark section what it is, so this way they can help you out as well. As you can see, these are the symbols right over here. So obviously it's any auto, owned auto, auto private passenger auto, owned auto other than private passenger. It's kind of hard and tricky. So basically, my best bet is get to know what type of business they're running, get to know what it is. Talk to your underwriter first and ask them what symbol should I put. So this way you know where to put what symbol rather than messing everything up. Signature, again, any applicant covered by wage continuous plan. If it is, then obviously yes or no. If yes, then you need to put their wage continuation plan and put it over here. Once you do that part, applicant signature right here, date, producer signature, and NAIC code. But you're not done. That's the first page. Then you see again with the limits. It's somewhat similar as well. If you already filled the part out with the symbol, then you don't need it. If not, then obviously you leave it blank. You don't need anything part over here with the trucker's information. Endorsement remark record, again, this is again with the section where you have to put it down. If you haven't done that, so in the first one was business auto section. The second was the truckers, like the tractor trailers and stuff like that. So it all depends what you're basically writing the code for. Obviously, I can't predict, but let's say if you were doing the truckers information, then the all the information over here changes, and you don't need to do that part if you're doing the business auto section. Most people will likely do the business auto section, but trucker section, if you end up doing it, this is the trucker section. Leave that blank. Leave that first part blank, and just fill this part out. Again, you don't have to put basically put down the signature and date again because you're really not doing the trucker part. If you want to be on the safe side, you may do so, but it doesn't really matter. This is a motor carrier section as well, another part of the section of auto. Again, whichever one you follow, just make sure you follow that part and you do it. And then again, they don't need to sign and date it again because since you did it on the business auto section. As you can see, this is somewhat self-explanatory, but again, it's a little bit difficult. Always make sure before you're doing the quote, rather than wasting paper or anything like that, I will call my underwriter and double check with them and see what type it is. Obviously the business auto section is in a trucker section, is the motor carrier section, whichever it is. Double check with your underwriter, and hopefully they will help you out whenever they get a chance to help you out with this part. With that said, as you can see, it's not that difficult. It is somewhat difficult, but it's not really difficult. It's hard to explain it because once you know it, once you do a couple of them, you start to know how to do it in chord form, and it becomes second nature to you. With that said, thank you again, guys, for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions, comment, concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best on my part to help you out as much as I can. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.